doesn't get much more do or die than this, does it? Win, and it's in our hands. Lose, and it's out of our hands. We're not dropping this week, but this is our chance to really put survival back in our control. It's Newcastle United versus Leicester City. It needs no more introduction than that. It's a watch-along. Won't you join us? Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. My name is Elijah. Thank you for joining us. We are not going to beat around the bush much more. I'm going to add Michael right on in, and let's get to talking about what could be our biggest match day since the FA Cup final.
Well, we keep saying that every week for the last 6 or 7 weeks now. It's our biggest match since. And once again, it is our biggest match since our last match that we failed to get any points in doing. And we're in the position that we are again today. Surprisingly, with it still in our hands, a win today and a win next week gives us 6 points. That will definitely put us above the 30 that Leeds has, and their max would be 33. And it's still in our hands. I mean, gosh, the way this season is gone, for it to still be in our hands at this point is a miracle. The boys did not show any fight like the 14-15 season, to come back and the will to win and to still have an opportunity at this point. I hope that the boys on the field understand that. And I hope that the away fans are giving them an earful of what this match really, really means. Because I know that the Newcastle fans are putting in work because they're fighting for a Champions League spot.
Well, you brought up a really good point about players that fight and the way that we haven't seen that from a lot of our squads in recent matches. Liverpool comes to mind, Fulham comes to mind. Wholesale changes to this lineup for what we're seeing from Leicester City today. From what I've been seeing, it's a 4-3-1-2. So we're getting 2 up front, but big names dropped, especially in the form of Maddison and Barnes, who find themselves on the bench for today's game.
I'd say it's more of a 5-4-1. Tielemans, a 5-4. Tielemans is going to drop in there with the 2 midfielders and or a 5-3, like 1-1 or a 5-3-2. Ian Nacho's going to try to link the play. Vardy's going to try to get in behind. Castagna and Thomas are going to do the wings, but it's definitely a 3 center back setup. And dropping Maddison and Barnes, again, I just heard the stat in the last 21 games that we've played, we've given up the first goal 19 of those matches. This is Dean Smith saying we are not going to get beat 3, 4, or 5 goals. If we're gonna lose, we're gonna lose where we have a chance towards the end of the match. And so we're gonna park the bus, something that we probably should have done 6 matches ago, instead of still trying to play forward. Even though we have these leaky defenders, we still haven't figured out our back line. And so this is Dean Smith throwing everybody who plays defense, who's going to work hard in the middle of the field, who's going to work to recover the ball, who's going to work to intercept those passes. That's, what Dean Smith's doing in this match today.
I'd love to rack your brain a little bit to see what you think with regards to, throwing everybody back. You want the players who play defensive-minded, put effort in. Why do you think then that we're not seeing Mendy or Soyuncu in that lineup?
Oh, man, I knew you were going to say Mendy. And that's just the unanswerable question of the season. Why hasn't Poppy Mendy found a regular spot in the lineup, in the squad? It boggles the mind. I guess the stat that's, floating around is out of our 8 wins that we have this season, Poppy Mendy started in 7 of them. So, I mean, he's the only player that we have a positive goal differential, while he's on the field. A plus minus. It's Poppy Mendy. He's the key, apparently. None of the managers see it, but all of the Fox's talk and the Fossway guys, they all see it, and it's all in the chats now. I just Soyuncu, yeah, it looks like Soyuncu picked up an injury. But again, Poppy Mindy not starting in the is mind-boggling. Yeah.
Now, the fact that he's still on the bench means that it might be that we don't necessarily want to put all of our cards on the table just yet. Keeping Mendy gives us defensive options off the bench. Keeping Barnes, Madison means that we can have firepower in the second half. But where that gives me some hesitation is that we know that we have a problem with teams that hit early, and Newcastle is a team that hits early.
Yeah, again, that's why you've seen us line up with 5 at the back with, with Evans, Soyuncu, and Suter in there, and and no Madison in the midfield. It's Ndidi and Sumari with Tielemans. I think Dean Smith has seen the tape of the last couple weeks and just felt like we're giving up the goals, but it's not all because of what's happening at the back line. We have not been able to control the midfield at all. We have not been able to push the ball forward through the midfield or recover the ball in midfield in our press. So we need guys that are going to work hard, and it's now or never. It's now or never.
It really, there's really no better way to describe that, because at the very least, results have gone our way. I want to quickly go through the permutations for the season as it stands, with us having a match in hand, with the relegation zone around us. When we went into this match day, we could have been relegated. With the results that have happened for Everton and for Leeds, we cannot be relegated today. If we lose today, we will have to beat West Ham. We will need Everton to lose and Leeds to not win. If that happens, we stay up. If we win today, all we need to do is better or tie the results of Everton and Leeds on next match day. We stay up.
Yeah,
next
we need 34.
Day, Everton has Bournemouth. Leeds have Tottenham. We have West Ham. I feel like this is definitely the now or never, because I'm reasonably confident, you can call it false confidence if you'd like, that we will beat West Ham. But I see Bournemouth, Everton being a real tight affair. I don't think Bournemouth are going to roll over the way that I've seen in a lot of the discourse. I think that it is going to be a tight match, but I don't think that we can go into it assuming beat West Ham and we stay up.
Yes, we need points today, and we need to beat West Ham. We need to win either of these matches to even have a chance. And I don't, I'm really happy that the last match is at home, and I just need the boys to show us something today. They just did the hand clap, the lineups, and the flag waving. Now I'm all nervous when you explained it like that. Now I'm like, oh man.
The thing is, like, it's the kind of thing, like, I can see why it would make you a little more nervous. It's the kind of thing that gives me a little bit more hope, because this season felt kind of lost for a lot of us after we lost to Fulham, after we lost to Liverpool. The fact that we went into, on Friday having a chance of being down by 90 minutes from now. The fact that now, even if we lose, there is still a permutation where we stay up that doesn't feel outlandish. Unlikely, perhaps, but not outlandish for Bournemouth to beat Everton, Leeds to not beat Tottenham, and us to beat West Ham. Any other day of the year, that feels like a normal match week.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. But like you said, this season has just not brought any confidence. And at the end of the season, when we do our assessments, our after year assessments, and we look at the first month, 2 months of the season where we just lose all the time, it was just like, oh, and people were, calling for Brendan to get fired. And then we go on this run, it's just like, yeah. And then we come back from the World Cup and it's like, we're not going down. We're not going down. We're not going down. And here we are. It's just,
I want to address this comment just before we kick off. The second comment that I want to quickly address is apparently Joe Linton was injured in warm-ups. He has been replaced by Elliot Anderson off the bench for Newcastle. But in terms of being on the beach at Everton, I think, coming into the entire run, back when we were saying that we have the best run out of all the teams, people were saying Fulham would be on the beach. They have won 4 out of their last 6 matches this season.
Yeah, those they were still a lot of those teams were still trying to get into a European spot. And I'm looking here at the table. Yeah, so yeah, Bournemouth, they're safe and they're not going for anything here, but geez. It just hurts that we didn't beat Bournemouth.
The fact that we didn't beat Everton, I think, is the one that hits me the hardest. That
The
penalty
Everton
at the
match.
stroke of halftime.
Yeah, the Everton match.
But, ifs and buts, it's in our hands. Let's win this match. We have just kicked off on my screen.
Let me turn it down here. All right, it's on you, man, because you can't pause, huh?
No, I can pause.
Oh, you can pause.
Yeah, so if you kicked off after me, I will pause.
No, we kicked off pretty much the same time. I'm on 22, 23, 24.
I am like a third of a second ahead of you.
Yeah. Is that early?
Trickled out for a goal kick to Leicester City. Newcastle trying to attack up on the left through Isak.
Man, what a signing this Ice Isak guy is, man. Wow. He came in and
PSV, if I recall.
Yeah, I don't know where he came from, but he came on and absolutely just exploded for Newcastle. I don't know who the number 9 was before him, but he pushed Callum Wilson out the way, and he pushed whoever else was on out of the way too. And he's gotten all the time.
I mean, but shows how little I focus on other teams. There's a bit of me that wants to say that wasn't the number 9 for Newcastle previously, Andy Carroll.
Yeah, that's right. He did wear the 9 for a while.
Newcastle again trying to come forward quickly, fast shields the ball, and it will go out for a goal kick ahead of Almiron.
And right away you can see we're playing like a flat back 5. And hopefully
you're 100% right. You're 100%. I always use Google because they're the earliest one that will show a formation. 9 times out of 10, they're wrong. But it's what I have access to an hour before kickoff.
Yeah, we're the only team in the top 5 leagues since the World Cup not to have a clean sheet. It's just a crazy stat. A crazy stat, yo.
It really is. And the thing that baffles me with that is like how bad we've been in that regard. And yet, correct me if I'm wrong, I think we might have to Fulham. Out of our last 6 games, we only lost one of them, if that, on XG. So we've either been conceding terrible goals from half chances or still putting in the work to create chances, but then not taking them.
Yeah, just not taking them. Yeah, Fulham, we just got smashed on, but the Everton match, jeez. Even Liverpool.
I'm pretty sure like even Liverpool we won on XG by like 0.1. Man City we won on XG. And I know, I already can feel the typing happening, that there's comments coming in that going, XG doesn't matter. What matters is the scoreline. I get it. But we need to take a look at things like that in order to identify like what has made it so bad. What do we need to fix?
Yeah, we're leaky. We leak goals. But I like how we're set up here initially, and it's forcing Newcastle to rethink what their initial game plan was.
It does kind of surprise me because we're now about 3 and a bit minutes in. And I was expecting, I think like the more pessimistic of us would have been expecting like 2-3 shots on target for Newcastle at this point.
No, we're playing really aggressive in the midfield. And I think go ahead.
I was just to chime in on what you're saying. Like, it's been very cagey.
Yeah, it's so far.
Newcastle trying to come through right now. I believe that's Anderson trying to feed through Almiron on the wing. His cross goes off Thomas and out for a corner.
Hopefully, Tielemans can have enough in the tank to last 60 minutes without us conceding a goal, running back and forth from box to box there.
Do you see a straight swap Tielemans for Madison halftime?
Depends on the score line, depends on what we look like at halftime. but maybe Samari or Ndidi come off.
Corner kick comes in. It pings around, but we managed to clear our lines. Johnny Evans hoofs the ball out for the first time, and then the second time gets cleared away, only as far as Newcastle, though. Ndidi hoofs the ball away following a half chance on the outside of the penalty area. Vardy now tussling. Can't get around. I'm not sure if that was Byrne or Veltman. Jack, we were just saying, like, it's been a bit of a midfield battle so far. I think we've definitely held our own better than some of us would have expected. No real clear-cut chances for either team as yet. Newcastle are definitely trying to exploit that right flank. Luke Thomas and Sumare, they definitely see as a weak link in this lineup.
Yeah, they're going to test Luke Thomas today. They're going to test that side. Really, they're going to test both of our flanks. We're just always so vulnerable going up and down the sidelines. And so, but also that's where we're pretty good at. Castagna. A Castagna goal is something that I'm calling today.
I would love it. I would love it, and I would think I deserve it.
Yeah, whenever we play like 5 at the back, he gets a little more freedom to, get up the sideline and then cut inside. And that's where he gets his goals.
Tielemans lobs the ball forward. I think he was looking for Vardy there, but it will trickle right the way through to Nick Pope.
Yeah, Vardy was offside there.
You're definitely right with regards to this kind of flank-based attacking as Newcastle comes through right now, crossed through the penalty area, hoofed away, I believe, by Thomas there. Back as far as Anderson. He's covered by 2, but gets clear, puts his cross in, and Johnny Evans will one-time that well out of the penalty area.
Whew.
Newcastle definitely having the lion's share of possession, the lion's share of chances so far, but nothing clear-cut. And I feel like this is the kind of game that suits us. We just need to wait for them to get comfortable and catch them out once.
Yeah, that's exactly how we're set up. We're set up to absorb the pressure, bend, don't break, and then, get the ball out to Tielemans for an outlet to Vardy or Nacho to link up the play.
Just right there, Tielemans tries heading the ball forward to Vardy. It gets intercepted, but that's almost exactly what we were just talking about, where had that ball landed at Vardy's feet, he would have been clear through. Newcastle appealing for a penalty there, but fair shoulder barge, none given.
Yeah, he was nowhere near that ball. Newcastle playing some really good football, some little good triangles in and about around the box, 1-2 touches. One of their players is offside, though, in this buildup here. Luke Thomas throwing this guy off of him, playing strong. We need some more of that.
You know what they say. I was about to come up with a nickname for him, but I don't know where Luke Thomas is from. Like, I know he's English, but I don't know where in England.
Where's he from, John?
Hey, Jono.
Man, this is nerve-wracking, isn't it? Like, if we lose this, we're relegated. So it's weird, isn't it?
We're not mathematically relegated.
But then Everton and Leeds have to lose, and we have to win.
Correct. Scott, you're basically right. He's from Siston. The Leicestershire Adama Traore, either way, was what I was going to go for. Luke Thomas is just an absolute beast of a man.
Oh,
7'3".
This is a red card. Come on, this has to be a red card, yeah?
Ooh, cleats into the knee of Sumare from... Is that Almiron? No, number 39. That's Guimaraes.
Guimaraes.
Yellow card.
Yellow.
Oh,
they got to review this and send it up for a red.
Well, there's some conversation ongoing.
Is surely a red card, surely.
It's got S. Yeah. Shakespeare.
Much appreciated, Scott. It's been well documented. I cannot pronounce English place names correctly.
When you said it, I was like, "Isn't it Syson?" I don't want to correct you.
Syson, I got wrong.
Syson.
I think I can't decide whether my worst one was when I said Loughborough or Belvoir Drive.
That's not too far off.
They're not even reviewing it, I don't think.
really. He takes 2 bites at it.
I think it might just be because they might not see it as being fully intentional.
I mean, not well. It doesn't matter if it's intentional or not. It's dangerous play.
He takes 2 bites at it. He kicks him in the thigh and then takes another swing at the ball, as if he doesn't realize he just kicked the man in the. Wow. Well, whatever. At least he's playing on a yellow and it's early. So here we go.
I've definitely seen discussion from some people saying they're not going to miss VAR next season if we get relegated. I thought it was being introduced to the EFL, though.
It is, but it's like tame, like it's a like worst case scenario, not like everything.
Got it. 10 minutes in for those of you that want to get synced up. 10:09, 10:11. A lot of passing around the midfield right now for both teams here. Which is interesting. There's not, I would say that Newcastle don't look as hungry as I think we would normally expect them to be.
Don't say that.
A foul there on.
I'm at a wood desk. I can knock on wood.
With us lined up like this, it also gives us a little more opportunity for our press to work. As we've tried all season, our press just does not work because we don't press as a team. But if we're set up this way, where we're just set up defensively, nobody's looking to leak out going forward, it allows us to, make a mistake in the back there. Kind of like we did just there. Foss was there to stick his foot in, and there's a foul. But
I've been impressed equally by the way that we've been able to press as a back line, but also hold off side traps when we need to.
Yeah, the flat back 5 is going to allow us to do that as long as everyone plays hard. Like that, Tielemans gets upended and then hops right back up to put pressure on the cross, and we're going to need more of that.
Fast does well to head the ball away once crossed in as well. Bit of an opening in front of goal. Castagna clears the ball away.
What minute are you guys on?
11:40, 41, 42 for me.
You're 30 seconds ahead of me. I'm an 11:25. I'm literally a mile away from the stadium. And
I was about to say, I was a little surprised that you couldn't get a ticket, but at the same time, you would not want to be seated in the home section for this match.
I mean, to be honest, it's I've got enough atmosphere in my back garden, so I know when they score because all my neighbours are just erupting screaming. But it's not like they're guaranteed. If they win this or draw this, they're guaranteed Champions League. So they've got a lot to play for. Great defending there by Suter.
Yeah, and Craig's saying lots of last-ditch defending already, and I think that's kind of what we're set up for, to absorb as much pressure as possible.
Yeah,
but see how Foss steps up there and gets a foot in. That allows us to still have coverage at the back, even if he misses the player or
Yeah, and it looks a little bit more technical than I think Last Ditch gives credit for, because yes, we are doing things like clearing the ball away in front of goal, but that's because we're not committing players to trying to stop the cross, because that then leaves the risks of people being left open. Vardy gets tripped up and we win a free kick, but that's going to give Newcastle time to get everybody back behind the ball.
But see, right there's an example of it. Samari completely whiffs on the slide challenge, so he's beat by his player, but immediately Tielemans is there to harass him off the ball because we have this coverage of everyone playing deep and not looking forward to leak out. I mean, it's not going to be cool to watch for the next 90, 75 minutes, but it's how we got to play now.
With now Newcastle have set up, we can't be the team that, especially when you hold Newcastle pressure, we can't hold the ball and pass it around. We need to be the team that absorbs as much pressure as we can and then counter. There's no other choice. We have to counter.
Right.
And it was looking for Iheanacho, but it trickles all the way through to Nick Pope. Almiron gets past Luke Thomas, and they come forward. Ball goes off Luke Thomas, following a couple passes, and out for a corner kick. It wouldn't surprise me if that's why we're going for a back 5, is because it gives the opportunity to back up players like Luke Thomas.
But I think a good thing. Luke Thomas is so open. Like he went for the ball, missed it, and now all the way to a good position to give away a corner.
Ooh, they have Dan Byrne. He's like 6'5", but we got Harry Suter. And Didi's marking Dan Byrne.
Outswinger comes in, nodded on by Suter, collected by, I believe, Longstaff.
I think we should have kept
Madison. Doesn't get collected by Wilson, and Iverson will save that. Dangerous if Wilson controls that, though.
Yeah, whoever's supposed to be marking Callum Wilson.
I think Sumari and Suter both thought the other had him.
Yeah. He finds a space right in between them, and Gamarish with the pinpoint pass. Ooh, Iverson needs to be off his line quicker on that one. Just in case.
Yeah, it's very clear that Vardy and Iheanacho are the only players expected in the opposing third right now.
Yeah.
Ooh, Castagna absolutely whiffs on the poke challenge on Isak. Whiffs on the sliding challenge. Newcastle come into the penalty area. Attempted cross out for a goal kick. I thought that would have been a corner.
Yes. No. Good challenge by Johnny Evans to get the ball to bounce off of him.
That's my captain right there. The fittest man in football, they call him.
I agree with Craig. The fullbacks are getting beaten way too early. But again, Dean Smith has seen the tape. And so he said he's going to put 3 center backs in there for these sorry fullbacks that keep getting beat and losing us games by not stopping the cross into the box.
By having 3 CDMs, 3 centre backs, do you think the wing backs have got more freedom to push forwards?
They do not have freedom to push forward in today's match. They do not.
Completely agreed.
Have you seen them push forward? No, they do not.
Why are you wearing black?
Off and Newcastle.
You know exactly.
Come in.
You know exactly why we're wearing black, John. What do you mean? Why are we wearing black?
I've got the blue on underneath. I'm ready in case we score.
Yeah, I got blue shorts on. Here we go. I got my blue.
That's a big if we do score.
When we score.
We need to score.
Newcastle have the best defensive record in the league. And we've got the worst. We're against the best defense against the worst.
Like the Premier League stage is set for a scrappy 1-0. It just is. Newcastle break into the penalty area. Shot taken over the bar.
If we do lose this, are you officially thinking we are actually relegated, or do you still have hope?
I don't buy it until there's an R next to our name.
We have a whole nother weekend of football, and it's going to be exciting either way. Either result today, it's going to be an exciting next Sunday.
The other important thing to keep in mind is, like, I'm a Leicester City fan and I'm a Toronto FC fan. If I let myself accept the way that I think matches are going to go, I wouldn't watch football anymore. Right.
I'm a fan. I like to watch the football. It hurts when we lose, but I'm still going to watch it. And the Sounders right now, we'll talk about that at another time. Oh my God.
I thought you're top of the league. You're doing really well.
Yeah, well, the last week and a half, it's just been not good.
Oh, I'm sorry you're having a bad week and a half.
Against rivals, too.
Against 20 years.
Yeah.
We're not going to get too much into the MLS, but I will just say that some reports just came out. We have the highest wage bill in the entire MLS, and we are dead last in the Eastern Conference.
Well, that correlates with Leicester City Football Club, who, if relegated, will have the highest wage bill to be relegated in the history of the Premier League. So there's that.
So wouldn't you just love to be me?
We love breaking records. That's what we do.
Man.
We did have another great record this season of scoring 3 goals in consecutive games in the first half.
That was a good record.
True.
That was a good record.
Don't forget as well that we employed Liverpool's top goal scorer after the World Cup for like a month and a half.
Do it, Nacho. Oh, that was a good ball from Tielemans to find him. But see, now that
very well closed down, they did not give him the chance to face goal.
Oh, wait. It was just the way we're set up. There's like nobody else to run with him except for Vardy. So he would have.
Commits.
There we go.
You switch up play and come up on the right flank now. So this would be Longstaff. Oh dear! I think that was Wout Fasket. No, Johnny Evans gets
Johnny Evans. The injury-prone Johnny Evans gets absolutely clattered.
That Longstaff just absolutely mullers him.
I don't like this part about football, like all this horrible tackles, but they're playing dirty to get the result. We're not playing dirty.
I wouldn't say he's playing dirty. He's just playing hard. But
no,
I mean,
Bruno did.
Yeah, the Bruno one, he takes 2 bites. He kicks him in the thigh and then tries to kick the ball again. And I'm like, dude, you just kicked him in the thigh. Stop playing. But right here, he's just going for the ball. Johnny Evans is there first. He doesn't really see him.
That's a fair
last minute.
collision.
Yeah.
Evans is back on his feet, though.
Yeah,
Craig,
I
think for this comment, though, it's not necessarily a matter of quality. And quality doesn't need to be discussed that much.
Quantity.
We know. But this is the way that we're set up to play, because if we come forward and challenge for them while they're on the ball, then we're leaving space for players to run into. And that is what we're doing our best to avoid right now.
Because we suck so bad at it. Because all season long, that's how we lose. Like we give up 3 goals to Fulham before halftime, or 3 goals to Liverpool, or, in a quick succession. Just like, wow.
Off goes Evans, and here comes Daniel Amarte. Yay!
Premier League winner, Daniel Amarte.
I'm not going to take Luke Thomas off because I know he's going to fight. I know he's going to run.
He's going to bite the ground when he falls over and give the ball away.
He's going to get up as fast as possible and run as hard as he can to recover it.
Well grabbed by Everson. Not too challenging for him, but you got to do the easy stuff easily.
We've had 19%. We've had 19%. No shots, no nothing.
That was their first shot, their first real shot on target as well. And it's from, 20 yards out.
Jumping back to Luke Thomas for a second, I think where we do at least have some benefit in that position is 2 players who we know fight when they're on the pitch. Because if we take off Luke Thomas, you can get Christensen in there.
Christensen's going to play hard. Mindy, for the love of God, Mindy has got to get in the game.
I don't know why.
I don't know why he's not being played, man. He's the best CDM we have.
He's shown us the most this season.
Newcastle coming in
again. He's had the best performance this season.
Suter.
Harry Suter does well to get up and block the header.
Another player.
Through ball that Vardy has a chance to get at towards. Pope heads it away. Not the most confident header.
Would you guys take a draw?
I'd take a draw.
Absolutely. We'll take points and leave it to the last day. Absolutely.
I've been using 538 as my stats aggregator for how good our chances are. We were given a 17% chance of winning this game. If we hold up for a draw, I'll take it.
Go for it.
Obviously, I want to win. Let's not be reckless in pursuit of something that we don't have a good chance of.
Newcastle, they're tightening the screw now. They found a little space in between our 5 a couple times there. Isaac's played it off of Tielemans or Castagna for a corner.
Well played by him. He got his own rebound twice there.
They played some really good triangles inside the box to get players through on goal. But Johnny Evans that was there at one point to clear it away. But like Craig said earlier, it's last-ditch defending. It's getting more and more like that.
We just have to be resolute.
Ricardo,
they're adapting. We need to adapt.
Yo, what's up with Ricardo? Is he injured? Because I don't think he's on the bench today. The priority.
Yeah, your 17% has rapidly decreased to 13.
Oh, I guess we're getting spoiled in the chat. Thanks.
Well, no, because that's just as the game goes, the chance of a draw is going to increase, and either team's chance of winning is going to drop.
Whew.
Well, we're quarterway through the game.
Me, if we concede a goal, our chance of winning is going to drop down to 6.
Yeah, we score, we go down to 1 because we know.
Here they tried to do that little 1-2 triangle again from the deep pocket corner over there. Luke Thomas tries to clear it. Doesn't quite reach Vardy.
Sumari does a good job, sticks a foot out, intercepts the pass, gets fouled.
He's running. Yes. Oh, man. Got to look up and get rid of it. That's a yellow, huh? It has to be, right?
No, I don't think it will be.
Absolutely.
It's just hip-to-hip contact. I don't see them giving a yellow for something like that. That's the kind you can accumulate a couple of before you get a book.
He doesn't grab him like this? Oh, man. Come on, man.
This referee's been stingent. Like, he hasn't taken his cards out for much, and Guimaraes only got a yellow. Like, this guy's not going to book.
Yeah, I actually didn't even notice who the referee was today.
Oh, it's one of those, like, I know referees' names. I couldn't tell you how any of them referee.
I can tell you if I don't like them. Okay, now we got a little pressure. They're trying to play out from the back, and they do.
A couple people discussing transfers in the chat. Little bit of speculation going on. Do you think Maddison and Barnes have been left out because of Newcastle transfer interest? I doubt that.
No.
I doubt that. I didn't think of that, though.
Formation. He couldn't fit them all in.
And
more defensive. I don't know why I've gone defensive. Well, because I'd rather just concede 3 and score 5. You know what I mean?
No, we can't. We haven't scored 5. He even said that in his comments to the press. Or before the match. It's just like the last whatever amount of games we've had to, in order to win those games, we would have to had scored 4 or 6. So we just can't. We need 3 points to win. We need 3 points to stay up, period, in these matches. So we can't.
Castagna gets hacked down, and that one's got to be a booking, and it is.
And it's Isak.
Because all Newcastle doing is
well in the challenge.
Any side of a counter attack, Newcastle are knocking us down.
Ooh, I know that hurts too.
I'm not even necessarily confident that that's trying to stop a counter attack, as that's just trying to regain possession to keep their attack going. But
what is he? Oh, I think they knocked knees.
That's nasty.
Yikes! Oh, Castagna knees him in the back of the calf, and that's why he's like, "Oh, my leg, my leg, my leg." He got a cramp. One of them Charlie horse knots. They're gonna have to
pause it, Isaac.
Shh, they're gonna have to get out the magic spray. Shh. Push that knot in. Push. So far, so good. I mean, they've had a couple chances. They've played a couple through balls, but like a couple in the chat have said, last ditch defending is what's happening. And, you know, we got to stay tight. We got to stay tight.
I mean,
but we got to score.
How many people thought we would already be like 2-3-0 down at this point? And we're holding our own.
Yeah, I mean, it's only, you know, the 28th minute, but it doesn't look like we got our heads down. It looks like we do want to play. It looks like we do want to play this system. Dean Smith, you know, it sucks that Maddison and Barnes aren't on the pitch right now, but it looks like so far Dean Smith has got it right, and the players that are on the pitch buy in.
You're saying we got it right, but my concern is this. Who's been our biggest goal scorer this season?
Harvey Barnes is our leading goal scorer.
And who's the biggest chance creator in our team?
Mark Albrighton.
James Maddison.
James Maddison. Where are they?
On the bench.
So
in 19 of our last 21 matches.
Match day form, though. Like there's been people calling for Maddison and Tielemans to be benched because they've been so poor for the last couple of games. Now we're getting what we want.
I agree, but we've taken away like all our creativeness out of the pitch. That's why we've got no shots
that creativity when we're just holding out to survive. Bring in the creativity in the 60-minute mark when we're not 2-3-0 down at that point.
Exactly. We cannot win the game if we have to score 4 goals. This isn't 2 seasons ago where everybody was feeling good and nobody was in the stands. You know, for some reason, we were so good when there were no fans in the stands. I'm not blaming you guys. I'm just saying. It's
our fault.
You know, you can't be out there yelling, you don't deserve to wear the shirt. Like players.
Newcastle are bothered. If they draw this, they still go Champions League football.
No, but they want to secure it. They have to win to make sure.
They do have acumen to do it because they would want to do it on home turf, round of Ring of Honor. You've qualified for Champions League. Like there's impetus for them to win this game.
I'm just going to take control for a second to put this one up because you guys know who my guy is. It's Hamza Chowdhury. Yes, this is where Hamza needs to come in. This is where we needed, the academy players that have been working their whole entire life from the time they were 12 to wear the shirt in a game like this. Those are the guys that we need on the pitch right now. And so, we
would
Harvey
have one if a player didn't cut one of them in half.
Yeah, I get it. I
can see how we're giving away a dodgy penalty every now and again.
Yeah, I mean, playing with heart, comes with its dangers when it's a young player and they don't have, a certain amount of discipline.
See, I'm just gonna say, be very careful what you wish for.
Absolutely.
I highly doubt it, but if there's anybody who's been following Watford this season, how's Hamza done for Watford?
No idea. Haven't checked.
Because I know Albrighton's been a bit West Brom fans haven't been that impressed with Albrighton this season. Indeed, he does well to hold off the challenge. We keep the ball in our defensive third. Tielemans hoofs it forward, but Nacho's not going to get there.
I was going to say, it must be really horrible being a Toronto fan because you get the same misery every season because you're in the same league every season.
Well, the thing is, being a Leicester City fan kind of numbs me to it, though, especially this season. I'm in one of the
support a successful team.
I'm in one of the sections next to the supporters section, so we get loud, we gripe, we talk to each other, and Bob Bradley is our current head coach, which will tell you about how good a team we are. And there were fans just griping about how Bob Bradley hasn't been sacked. And this was, when we were in the middle of the 9-game losing skid. And I was like, oh, you're upset about Bob Bradley not being sacked. Let me tell you about my other team. Let me tell you about whose membership card I have in my wallet.
And there's no incentive to win in the MLS if you already have a really good fan base, you already have a good merchandising stream. There's no it's so localized, the MLS, and that's why.
And that's one of the big problems with the MLS in general is now at the same time, I'm thankful for it because we would be in the USL 3 Northeast if there was relegation in North American football. But at the same time, we get ripped off on everything when it comes to football. The food is cheaper at Premier League games than it is in the MLS. I paid less for a Leicester City shirt with a name set on the back and Premier League patches and shipping and tariffs and duties than I paid for a Toronto FC shirt in the stadium.
Yeah, MLS is really expensive.
I know our dollars are different, but if you go to, I forget the name of your stadium because I keep wanting to call it CenturyLink Field.
It's Lumen Field now.
Thank you. If you go to Lumen Field and you go to the team shop and you buy yourself the player version shirt with a name on the back, how much does that cost you?
$200.
Yeah, it's 235 Canadian to get an authentic shirt with a name on the back.
Yeah, I'll never own one of those ever. Oh, Johnny.
I'm
or Suter takes down.
Newcastle didn't get a free kick for that.
Not even a whistle. Not even a whistle.
Christ.
Nacho holds up the ball really nicely. Oh, but again, because of the way we've set up, there's no one to leak the ball out to, which is fine for now. We need to hold on. That's what Dina Smith is saying. We've been just out of the game at halftime.
My depth perception just really failed me there, and I thought Johnny Evans knocked that towards goal. Evans does a very good job of blocking the cross and sending it across with width.
I've had a look, and if you want to buy a Toronto authentic player kit, so the ones they wear on the pitch, they cost $195.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's US dollars. That's US
and
dollars.
A standard replica kit is $90.
And the thing is,
that's the one that you guys see me wear.
I'm big on sleeve patches. I want the sleeve patches. I want the sleeve sponsors. When you're getting a shirt from Leicester City, you just check the boxes and you get the patch. You are not allowed to get the sleeve patches or the sleeve sponsors on a replica shirt. If you want them, you have to buy the authentic. It is not a choice.
Can't you just buy them like on eBay and then just iron them on?
You can't do that. Because the other thing that they do is like the Premier League patches are universal. Every MLS has its own MLS patch.
I bought these.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, like my Mark Albrighton 15-16 shirt was fully customized.
This is legit.
Really gets in and puts some pressure on there. I got that shirt done by ordering the shirt. Then I got the patches ordered from Barnsley. Then I ordered 3 different Premier League name sets that I hacked and slashed and mixed the letters together to make Albrighton. But no, like the MLS ones, it's a lot harder to get because it's just smaller market. Like, because a Seattle Sounder shirt will have a different MLS patch to a Toronto FC shirt.
Right.
And I always preface this: we're talking about MLS stuff. There's not a lot going on the field right now.
We do have a throw deep in their third.
But it's cleared away back as far as Evans, who heads the ball back forward.
We got relegated from the Premier League.
We're not down yet. Stop it.
I love your keyword there, yet. Yet. So it's coming.
Well, because it's like I'll let you gripe when we're down. Let me have my sliver of hope.
Yeah, I mean, there's a sliver of hope, but I've resigned myself since the Bournemouth game, and then we drew like 2 matches in a row, and then
what does hope mean? What does hope mean?
Hope is the I don't know. Hope.
It is typical Leicester to win against West Ham and Everton and Leeds to lose. That would be so typical.
Well, the thing is, like, I hate the fact that you're bringing that up because this just takes me back to was it 2 seasons ago when we would have won if we would have been in the top 4 if we'd beaten Tottenham, and then we lost like 4-2 or 4-1 because all the other results went our way on the final match day.
Yeah, 2 seasons in a row. I broke a glass. I was at the pub. It was a 4:30 match for us. So I was at the pub early. They started serving drinks at 7. I broke a glass, yeah. And I shoved the Tottenham supporter that was in my face.
Oh, no.
They're like, Mike, calm down, Mike. It's like, man, I need to do a tab.
The stats so far is that they've had 6 shots, we've had none. Obviously, we've got no shots on target. They've had 81% possession. We've had 52 passes. They've had 210.
But this is how we're set up too. Like, we can't keep pointing this out like it's look how bad we are. Like, we're doing this on purpose.
Yeah, we're set up to absorb pressure and then bring on the goal scorers in the second half.
Squirrel put, where are the Rodgers out people now?
Okay, they're in the chat.
The Premier League, if you went.
They're definitely the Rodgers out people are definitely in the chat.
I said this to Michael before we went live, and I said, like, I feel like I'm going to get absolutely roasted for it, and go ahead, roast me for it. I never fully got pushed into the Rodgers out camp, and with the performances that we've had under Smith so far, I do honestly think that we would be in a better position in the league had we kept Rodgers.
It couldn't be any worse. It literally can't be any worse.
It could have been, because we could have lost to Wolves. And then we would be mathematically down at this point.
The Palace loss was his last match.
It was, yes.
And the Palace match admittedly did push me like as close to the edge as I couldn't defend him after that match.
It wasn't the fact of the loss. I don't mind losing, okay? It's if we play like rubbish the entire game, there's no passion and there's no fight. That's when I'm annoyed.
We lost on the last kick of the match. We lost on the last kick of the match. Like, the goal went in, they celebrated after kickoff, they blew the whistle. Like,
but simultaneously, I guess just like what's failed to further convince me that yes, this was a Rodgers problem is the fact that we haven't seen that fight come back to the players with a new manager.
Normally we see that. We've seen it with Shakespeare, with Plurell, with Ranieri. We saw with all of them, but we're not seeing it here.
No bounce.
That's only because, right, all the players have a get-out clause because we've got so many players on 1 year left on their contract or less. So they know that they don't have to worry because they go, I'll go away for free. I don't care.
Pass to Ndidi gets intercepted. Newcastle coming forward right now. Isak, cross is blocked and out for a corner kick.
Even Tottenham fans don't want Rodgers and they win nothing.
Elijah, if you could pause it for just like a half a second, just like click.
Okay, I will do my best. I'm going to do like a pause restart.
Yeah.
Okay. I currently have like the corner stat up on my screen.
I think we have different broadcasts.
39-48, 49-50.
Yeah, and but I think we have a different broadcast.
Oh yeah, we get different feeds. I think now I know that like different games are shown by different broadcasters, so it's not always consistent. I think Fubo re-shows BT Sport. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay,
Iverson.
So Iverson drops the ball. Newcastle takes the shot, it's cleared off the line.
But there are 3 people standing on the line.
It's cleared off the line again.
Oh my goodness. Iverson has to grab this ball initially. He puts 2 hands on it.
Say Danny Ward.
He puts 2 hands on it. Callum Wilson hits the post. He's point blank range.
It wasn't cleared off the line. It goes off the post.
Why does
Danny Ward's like, I was right all along.
Why did Iverson fall on the ground after he doesn't catch the ball? How close is Dan Burn?
All season is stupid mistakes, like constant mistakes.
Hey, we survived it. We survived.
We did. But we haven't survived them all season.
Corner comes in, headed away. Castagna misses the clearance. Shot taken, blocked by Evans, headed out by Tielemans. Only as far as Almiron. He lays it off. Things have calmed down a little bit. Iheanacho puts some pressure on, and they're back to the midfield.
Oh, yeah. We need halftime back.
Why is Tielemans playing? I don't get it.
This. I'm going to explain it how I feel because, and it's the way we're set up. When that ball comes to the midfield, Tielemans, he's not going to take 3 or 4 dribbles in a circle the way Madison did last week when he got the ball. How many times did Madison get the ball and dribble in a circle to avoid the contact? Tielemans is going to look up and he's going to see a streaking Vardy or a streaking Nacho and get them the ball immediately. And if he doesn't get it to them, oh well, we have 9 people behind the ball when it goes awry. That's how we are going to look at this match. Until
Newcastle have the ball in the penalty area, volleyed shot off the post again, rebound taken by Isak over the bar.
Oh my goodness, Iverson. I need him to move his feet. He is rooted to the spot. I need him to at least look like he's going to attempt at the ball. Oh my goodness.
Leicester needs to sign that post.
That's both posts have now saved us here.
We've got left as the crossbar.
Oh my.
He just stood there and ball watched.
He stood there.
Everson doesn't make an attempt to save either shot.
Oh, it took a deflection in between the legs of Fast. That's why. Froze his ass. And then
my favorite part of that whole clip is when Everson disappears from view as the ball hits the post. It comes back, and all you can see is him going.
Yeah, breathe. Breathe, my guy. Let's go. Breathe.
Once again, though, we survive.
We did survive.
We try to come forward. Iheanacho putting some pressure on, but Newcastle win them out.
Here we go.
Look at Ndidi coming up a little bit. "12 shots, 2 on target for Newcastle, 0-0 for Leicester."
Pope is just like having halftime snack.
Let him get comfortable though. Catch him off guard.
True. We can wait until he gets too comfy, and then we just counter, and then he's not ready.
Yeah.
We're living on the edge of glory. That's what it is.
Newcastle trying to come forward again. Out onto the right flank. Cuts inside. outside the penalty area, chipped ball pass, turns, fast clears.
Nice.
Crossed in on the second attempt, nodded onwards by Castagna and out for a throw-in. The ad board's advertising that the Premier League is going to be doing a summer tour in North America. Are they going to Seattle, Michael?
Oh, you guys haven't heard about that? It's so lame. So six teams are coming. It's like
Cross comes in and it's over everybody.
Ooh.
Corner kick.
6 teams are coming, not Leicester. It's like Brighton, Liverpool, Chelsea. And they're not playing anything on the West Coast. It's like Chicago, New York, Florida, Texas. And they're playing like a kind of a round robin style tournament, I think.
And Swinger comes in, headed over the bar. Iverson again beaten, though.
I'm just looked at do you know
3 minutes stoppage time.
I've looked at the MLS, and do you know each store is like when you buy shirt, one company will the MLS sell everyone's shirts. It's not the company each team sells their shirts. MLS sells all of them.
It's all a centralized store, because let me tell you how much I hate it. I'm going to go on a rant here because I support one of the Canadian teams and the shop is based in the United States. So I have to pay US dollars and duties on everything for my club.
Yeah, MLS is the company and each of the teams are franchises that are bought into the company.
Yeah, I think it's like a better comparison is it's operated the same way that like Leicester Riders and the British Basketball League operates, where it's like if you want to have an MLS team, all you need is a city that wants it, a stadium, and enough money to buy a franchise.
Right. You need to pay the fees to be a squad. You don't even have to play
like
good.
Huge cities
You don't even
like
have to
Los
be
Angeles
good.
Get 2 teams.
San Diego's getting a team next in a season, and they already have a USL team that we played in the Open Cup a couple weeks ago.
I wish they'd give a team to like Buffalo or Rochester, because then I could go to some away days. Like I can get to Buffalo faster than I can get to Montreal.
Newcastle tightening the screws when 1 minute left of extra time, minute and a half.
25 touches to 1 in the opposition box.
To be expected.
Yeah. We did not come to this game to impress. A cross comes in, up and over everybody. Isak will collect on the far corner, up against Castagna and Suter. Gets past Castagna, crosses to the center. I believe that's Almiron on the ball. He plays it out wide. Cuts inside. He gets tripped up. No foul.
Ooh, Samari.
Penalty area. He gets around fast, but falls over. Tielemans collects, passes outward.
He slipped. That no contact whatsoever.
100% slipped.
All right, there you go. Oh, come on, Vardy. He might be gassed. It might be time for halftime. Really, it's in the final minute.
Have you seen the Zambian post about Daka?
What about how he's moving to Madrid?
No, about how about how the Leicester fans have been so ripping on him, and like we've what's caused his downfall, and Leicester City have made him awful. And let's
talk about that in a moment. As Ndidi makes a good tackle, he's coming forward on the break. Finds Vardy, who turns and is tackled by Byrne.
Oof.
He said he joined an average club, and it was gonna make it better.
So the thing is, I think that there is a little bit, and I realize like on almost everything, I'm a fence sitter, but both parties can be kind of right. That I think that fans have been unduly harsh on Patson Daka, because especially like when we run into a poor run of form, it's very easy to pick a player as being the one who's underperforming. You know, like more recently, it's been Madison and Tielemans, but it feels like pretty consistently it's been Patson Daka when he hasn't been terrible, but at the same time, he's not up to the standard of the player that we signed him to be. He's just
exactly. He's not scoring any goals. You know, he led the Austrian league in goals that season before we signed him. He hasn't done anything. He started over Erling Haaland, you know, so like
he's not good enough, but at the same time, the people that are saying he's like mid-table League One standards, that's not right.
Yeah. They say that about all our players because they're underperforming. They're not good enough for Premier League and things like that. I don't know what went wrong this season. It's just a combination of everything. But the players that we have literally are the same players. You know, the same players minus Casper.
Might be coming back, allegedly.
Yeah, right. He's not coming back to play in the championship.
You know, he's played in the championship before. He said his job's not done at Leicester, and Nice is going to allow him to leave in the summer.
Yeah, if we get relegated, then it's all his fault.
Should we put the link out there then?
Link's out there. While we're on halftime, I'm going to quickly take my headphones off for a second because I want to show you.
Do you think
I love how Elijah always has the jersey?
Oh, sorry, you go.
No, I was saying I love how Elijah always has the jerseys for the team we're going to play in the background.
So this is what makes it a pain, is that the MLS patch changes like not only between teams but between shirts. Like this is a Toronto home these are a Toronto home and away, and they have different patches because they make money off of it, off of schmucks like me who buy the shirts.
Are you a shirt collector? You must have 400 shirts.
I have somewhere between 300 and 400 shirts. I'll send you a picture of the closet at some point. I have every Premier League team, and I think every team in the championship except like 5.
How many Leicester shirts do you have?
I'm going to add Nick in, and I'm going to leave to go count.
That's a good one. What's up, Nick?
What have I told you two about wearing black shirts?
Look.
You all right, Jono?
Look,
you two in the other side of the world, get your black shirts off, get the blue ones on.
Look, I'm gonna go put on my blue one just because you told me to, and we're still in this match. It's 0-0. We played 45 minutes of good, solid football. Yeah, really good, solid. So yeah, I'll go ahead and get my shirt on. You give your assessment of the first half.
Oh, God. First half assessment, where to start? I think we're under the cosh quite a bit. I think Jono, with that smirk on his face, can agree with me on that one. But we've got game changers on the bench in Harvey Barnes and Madison. We could bring those on. Might change the game. What about yourself, Jono? What do you reckon?
I think we just need to start attacking now. I agree that, if we go less defensive, we can't win, because if we play defense like we are doing, we may get a draw, but we're not going to score. If we play more attacking, we're going to score, but we're going to concede more.
See, the thing about that gives me hope a little bit is quite a lot of, Isak, for example. He's now going to be, is it Gumarish? He's on the card.
Yeah, both of them are on yellows.
They're scarce and on thin ice. So, get it to about 60, 70 minutes. And if the game is still there for the taking, I would probably look to bring Marnes on and Madders on. Roll the dice.
Yeah, I think that the fact that we're still at 0-0 bodes well for us to get a result today versus Newcastle. Joel Linton going down in warmups is huge for us. Huge.
Well, it is for us because he's got a nasty habit of scoring against us, as Joel Linton. He's one of those players that always, for some stupid reason, seems to score goals against us. So that was the saving grace on the gods above.
Now, this is something else. I really appreciate this comment from Fee, because me and Elijah, we're taking it back to now when we got the FBS on our shirt. That was not this season. That was last season. It kind of all went bad when we started to put the FBS on our shirt. What do you guys think?
I've been telling you, effing bored. Yes.
That was quite PC friendly, but I think we can say we're near enough past the watershed now, Jono, so you probably get away with saying what you want to say.
No, but everyone knows what I'm saying. As we got this sponsor, our playing has been that.
Yeah, I would go, Brendan's, myself.
Yeah.
That's what it stands for.
It means so many things.
Yeah.
And it fits.
What's your total then, Elijah? You said you were quickly going to count. What's your total?
42.
42 Leicester shirts.
42
I've
Leicester.
only got half of that.
So here's the full batch.
There's a stack.
That's the stack. And then I'm wearing 2 at the moment because I got the blue shirt underneath. And then I've
Well,
got
get
2
that
on the
black
back.
get that black one off. Keep your blue one on. And for God's sake, don't put that Jaden Navy one on because that's a bad luck shirt as it is. We never won in that shirt.
I actually have about 10 or 11 Leicester shirts actually. Now
I was
going to say, like, y'all pick my shirt. What shirt should I wear?
Blue.
Blue.
Any blue. Okay, I'll be back.
Any blue, not
Elijah.
Yes.
So he's going to check 30 of his shirts now to pick the right blue one. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't think Dean Smith is going to make any halftime changes. Do you think we should be making halftime changes or continue with this flat back 5? Should we introduce Madison Barnes? What's up?
I certainly won't be bringing Suter off. I think Suter's doing okay. You know, he's getting stuck in. So I think you keep the back 5 as it is. It seems to be working. Maybe at some point we're going to have to think about possibly bringing Daka on for Nacho at some point because let's be fair, it's his first game back from injuries and he's already looking shattered as it is. So,
yeah, he's a little knackered. Yeah, already. His touch is good though. His touch is good.
Oh yeah, his touch.
We're in a retro.
He's got retro. This one's got a name set on the back too. I got a paintsil on the back.
Pantsil, not paintsil. There's no I in it.
He's Canadian. Give him a break.
Paintsil.
Seagrave should be named Foxgrave.
Oh dear. I don't know.
I was watching the highlights and it's all Newcastle.
Yeah, but to be fair, Jono, that's what we thought was going to happen.
Exactly.
You know, we're away from home, and even when Newcastle aren't doing brilliantly, it's an intimidating place to go up there and get a result. So, you know, you got 50,000 Geordie fans on top of you. It's an intimidating place. I think we're doing all right under the circumstances. You know, yesterday, Jono, I think I said we were going to lose 1-0, was it, on the predictions?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, we're doing all right. So
I said my head said 2-1. My heart said 2-1 to us. My brain said 6-0 to Newcastle. So thankfully, hopefully my brain's still wrong. Touch wood. But I'm hoping my heart will just come through.
Let's just play devil's advocate. If we can just get that 1 point tonight, it's going to make Sunday a little bit more bearable.
It's still the same situation, though.
It is still the same situation, but I still think 4 points from these next 2 games keeps us up.
It has to.
It will keep us up.
I'm inclined to agree.
Unless Everton win,
West Ham will not put their full strength squad out. They will not. They won't risk it.
But if Everton lose, we go down automatically. I mean, Everton win. Sorry.
But to be fair, the Everton squad they're a bit like us. Under severe pressure, they will crumble like us. So it's not written in the stars that Everton's going to get a result on Sunday.
We've also seen repeatedly from Everton that they perform very well when Dominic Calvert-Lewin is in the squad and horrifically badly when he's not. And he picked up an injury in the last match. If he's missing for that, I fully back Bournemouth.
Yeah, I do. And let's be fair, Bournemouth have done really well since Gary O'Neill's come in to take charge of them. You know, they were looked down and out when they had Scott Parker and he got sacked. And then this Gary O'Neill comes in and they look a completely different outfit.
It looks like every team that got a new manager, save Big Sam, and whoever got a new manager got a bounce, except for Big Sam and Dean Smith. It's just
Nathan Jones.
Well, I mean, they were going down regardless. Like, really.
Fair.
Yeah, but to be fair, with Dean Smith, he was never going to be anybody's first choice. I mean, we got turned down by Jesse Marsh. So
I don't think that we got turned down by Jesse Marsh.
Why would we want him? He just said, "I'm the best manager there is."
Terms we gave anybody coming into this situation crappy terms to be the manager, and Dean Smith said, "Okay." Jesse Marsh was like, "No."
Yeah, so looking at Dean Smith, fair play to him to actually giving it a crack.
For him, it's a win-win because when he gets paid, and with other win, no matter what happens, we can't put the blame on him.
He takes teams down all the time. He's taken teams down before. What does he care? I mean,
no, but at least he's come in and actually shown some, like, he's not just come in and played the same team Brendan did. He's tried different things. We've actually got a win.
Brought Soyuncu back in the fold. Let's not forget.
Yeah, he's put another player in who's been out. He's done something that other man Brent hasn't done all season.
Yeah.
So
fair play to him.
You can't put this relegation on Dean Smith or his team at all.
No, this relegation is on, if it does happen, is on the players and Brendan Rodgers and potentially some of the people.
I like Subway. I bought a season
Subway is bliss, okay?
I bought a season ticket to Subway.
The meatless.
I gotta grab another beer.
Amazing.
So we'll see. That's all we can do. All we can do is keep fingers crossed and hope for the best. That's all we can do. What will be, will be.
If we manage to hold out for a draw in this match, I will really be backing us to stay up at that point, because I agree with a lot of what you've been saying, that I don't think Everton are going to get a result against Bournemouth. Okay. I can see us getting a result against West Ham. If we can get the KP rocking, I don't see why we wouldn't.
If we get a minimum of a point tonight, the atmosphere at the King Power on Sunday will be title winning season atmosphere. It'll be bonkers.
But if we lose this, what do you think?
If we lose it, again, it's still game on, isn't it, really? But we're going to have to make sure we win against West Ham, and possibly win well. But let's just see what happens. We're not even at Sunday yet. It's Monday, for God's sake. We've still got 6 more days.
I'm agreeing with everything you're saying.
Anything can happen in 6 days. So all we can do is hope.
Yeah, Man City could deduct all their points.
Man City could be relegated. There you go.
You never know. Everton, we're all saying about Everton. They could have their embargo and God knows what come through finally, because they're under investigation for breaking financial fair play. That's all gone very quiet all of a sudden. So anything's possible.
It looks like we're just about to kick off the second half.
Just keep the faith. Keep the faith and stay away from them black shirts.
Yeah, guys.
Newcastle play in black and white. We play in blue and white.
Let's get it.
Michael's looking for
some half pints.
Advertisement.
Other drinks are available.
Yes, exactly. Right, guys, I'm going to go and I'll catch you later.
Cheers, Nick.
In a minute, Nick.
Yeah. Bye.
Hopefully we're winning at the end of the game when you come back.
Cheers, Nick.
We might need to resync once kickoff happens again, because my stream hiccuped a couple times.
Right on. Yeah, it's on regular cable for us today. And every time I say regular cable, I mean, like, there's this service, like, do you guys have Sling? It's like it's just a place where it has all the TV channels and it broadcasts the regular cable channel. So USA Network, it's a division of NBC, so they have all the games. And it, like, if I went to the pub, they would just change the channel. It's on regular. It's like channel 42. It's regular cable today.
I will. I'm going to put a quick non sequitur on there. While I was counting out the Leicester shirts, that is my entire collection. So the top bar is just English teams from Premier League to non-league, and then the bottom is basically everything else. So like MLS, European leagues, national teams.
Wow, man. I mean, that is some collection right there. That's impressive.
I picked it up as a way to cope with lockdown, and then it really spiraled out of control. And like, especially like when we hit this time of year, like end of season sales on Premier League teams, I go all in. Like I think I have like 5 or 6 shirts from this season now, 2 of each, all with name sets because they did the free printing. Madison is on for the second half.
So Dean Smith,
how much did you spend on these shirts, man?
A lot of money. A lot of money.
And they're worth a lot too.
The only shirts that I pay full price for are Leicester City and Toronto. Everything else I either get from charity shops like Facebook Marketplace or end of season clearances.
Who did Madison come
on, baby?
It didn't show me yet. We've just kicked off on my screen.
And they just kicked off on mine.
So they brought off Iheanacho for Madison. Okay.
It was Iheanacho for Madison. Okay, appreciate that.
You get that? I'm not sure if I get it.
Well, when the ball comes to Madison, when Madison gets the ball, he's gonna turn on it. Iheanacho, he's just like kind of linking, one touch out to the side or one touch back and then trying to run off of it. Madison's going to turn and draw fouls, get us free kicks in dangerous areas as we are going from right to left.
Newcastle automatically on the front foot.
Just for the record, Imtiaz, I actually do the same thing that much of the Leicester Fan TV team does. Like I do the same stuff that Phil and Reedy all do up in the hologram team. But it does look like we are playing a front 2, at least out of possession, that will be Vardy and Madison.
Right, we're still with the flat back 5, then the 3 midfielders, then the 2 up top.
I thought we might have switched it to like a 5-4-1, putting Tielemans and Madison as like a midfield 2, or maybe like a 4-3-2-1, 4-2-3-1. I'm surprised to see Madison as a striker.
I think just out of possession right here, we just want to make sure that we're getting some sort of pressure on the back line so they're just not spraying it out to the wings.
Oh, well, they go right through our lines, but Iverson does a good job of collecting the pass before it can reach Callum Wilson. Almiron just dances through our lines.
Iverson needs to be quicker off his line there. He needs to like see the danger. Right? See, he needs to see the danger.
That feels a little harsh on Madison.
You know what? Honestly, like all the comments about the team, certain players and their play, to me at this point, I'm just like, they're all valid because the place that we're in, I really can't argue with fans that are being negative and they have certain things to say. I really just can't argue with them at the place we're in. Maybe in the game, as the match is going on, we can debate about what certain players are doing. But overall, I really can't argue with someone who's saying that when Madison is on the pitch, we fall apart because, I mean, it's just, I can't dispute it. He's going to have to show us something. We need the Magic Madison back. The no fans in the stands, Magic Madison back.
We need the Madison and Tielemans.
Volley taken blocked by Tielemans.
Outside the box.
Newcastle want a handball. Ball goes out of play.
He was in the air. He was kind of tucking. He was kind of.
I was going to say his arms are tucked in. Like that'd be a very harsh handball to give.
And the referee, that his name is Andre Mariner, and he doesn't give us really good calls sometimes. I don't know. That's kind of underneath. That's kind of hit him in the chest. Oh, maybe it hits his elbow first.
Yeah, there's
this is how this is the stuff that we go down for. Is he looking at the screen or no?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No, goal kick's taken. America's 8th president is in the chat.
Yeah, Ulysses Grant. He's American icon. He fought to free the slaves. He was Abraham Lincoln's general. Ooh.
I feel like I've got my numbers wrong. He's probably not 8th, but
No, he was like 14th or 15th or 16th around there.
I don't know.
I don't.
Who was the 7th Prime Minister of Canada?
Whew. I don't even know when they started having prime ministers.
Newcastle coming forward on the right wing right now. Pass goes out wide. Almiron. 1-2 passes, comes inside, cleared by Suter. 18th president.
Yeah, see, I knew it was around there somewhere.
And also now I've made myself curious. I want to say Alexander Mackenzie, but I don't think he was 7th Prime Minister of Canada.
Newcastle trying to figure out what to do, and it looks like they continue to try to play these balls down the side and then find some space in the midfield to play a ball through to Callum Wilson in between Suter and Evans. So those are the guys we're going to need to focus on what they're doing today, because that's where the goal is going to come from.
The line has definitely felt a little bit more solid. Like the players seem to feel confident going into challenge. Maybe not necessarily the player, but the pass.
Yeah, they're in positions. Like whatever happened in training this last week, they really focused on this flat back five.
I hope there's a plan to go up front though. Defending great.
Again, one point is going to do it for us. We'll feel a lot better if we get a point out of here and go into West Ham with
Cheers,
their destiny.
Neil, for the £1.99 super chat. Really appreciate it.
So if Newcastle draw this, they're guaranteed Champions League football next season.
If we win, if we draw here and win West Ham, and Everton draw, we stay up on goal difference.
And then Fee correcting me in the chat. Yes, I did pull up the list. I really should have known that. Wilfrid Laurier was 7th Prime Minister of Canada. He's very important. He's on our $5 bill. First French Canadian Prime Minister. Really should have known that. I didn't know that he was 7th. Mackenzie was 2nd. I've been out of high school for a while.
Come on, read a book. No, it's fine. Hey, Newcastle again. Almiron. Great product of MLS.
We've got Everton fans in the chat as Newcastle take a shot from distance, takes a deflection, or at least I thought it had, but it hadn't apparently, and it's a goal kick. Oh, it takes a deflection off of Callum Wilson. I thought it went off Ufas.
Why does Callum Wilson raise his hands? That's so funny. That's cheating. Newcastle fans are up, though. I have my TV turned down, but it sounds loud.
I don't know if your broadcast just showed it, but this is weird little detail I'm seeing. It so it just showed Longstaff, up close. His name looks real weird on the back of the shirt. Like it looks like they broke it into 2 words.
It's like the F is all the way almost to his armpit.
But there's like a huge space. Like it looks like it's Longstaff.
Huh. Do they have like the little Premier League symbol in the middle, towards in the middle of the shoulder blades there?
Like a license plate?
Yeah. Oof. Here we go again.
I'd love to hear this from you too. If it's 0-0 at 80 minutes, do we have a go at it? I would say no. We don't need to get kicked in the teeth in the 85th.
Yeah, or at stoppage time like we love to do this season and last. And yeah, it's just all bad.
Cross comes in, headed away by Castagna. Nodded onwards by Thomas. Sumari clears. Vardy tries to nod on to Madison, but volleyed away by Byrne.
Do you know Mendy has won 7 games when he starts, and Kieran Dewsbury Hall has won 5. He hasn't. Every time he starts, we've won. So why are we playing Mendy and Dewsbury Hall?
This is Dean Smith's team now, not yours, John.
Dean Smith was here.
Yeah, we have no idea. We've talked about this. We talked about this pre-game. We talked about this pre-match. Mindy, in 8 of our wins, he was a starter in 7 of them. He's the only player in the squad that has a positive goal differential while he's playing. And yeah, he hit that screamer against Spurs.
Outswinger comes in, headed away very well by Suter, and it will go out for a Newcastle throw. I need to double check that because I think KDH did pick up like a day-to-day. I don't think he's out long-term. He should be back for West Ham, but I think he's not in the squad today.
No, he's not in the subs. No, he's completely out.
Suter again nods the ball away, this time from a cross that comes in, and that ball will roll all the way back to the midfield.
Oh.
Another cross comes in. This one misses everybody, and it's a goal kick. Football game.
Let's go. Johnny Evans, though. He's in the penalty area of Newcastle, grabbing his leg.
Oh, Evans is down. Evans has got cramp.
He seems to be all right, though. He's back up on his feet, jogging.
Yeah, but we don't want to become a liability now because he's out there. Thank you for your service the last 57 minutes, but if you're
what's
injured,
less of a liability is an injured Johnny Evans or a fit Daniel Amarte?
Ooh, no, we have to totally change up the system and just go with the 4 and bring in Mindy or some other midfielder. Ooh, no, we're not bringing in Daniel Amarte at this point. You know why? Because I don't want something to happen and then everyone blame him, you know? So, yeah, just let him sit down for the rest of the season. We'll reevaluate in the championship.
So the stats so far is Newcastle have had 16 shots. We've had none. They've had 84% possession. We haven't even had 100 passes. We've had 94 passes. They're on 500.
I'm about to have my deluded moment of the day because we're not playing like it. But the season we won the Premier League, didn't we have an average of like 20%, 30% possession in our matches?
But we have about 15 shots and about, and a few goals go with it.
We win a lot of matches 1-0 that season. A lot of matches 1-0.
Shot to get 1-0.
And
hey, we have 22 minutes to take that shot.
Do you know the meme of FIFA when like every other player's got all the stats, everything? The other player has like 5% possession and 1 goal. That's what this is.
So let's do that. Let's football manager them.
That's FIFA it.
We have to because our season has just not gone.
Ball collected off a Luke Thomas tackle. Isak shoots from distance and parried away by Everson up over the bar.
Ooh, what a good find from, I don't know who found him right there on the edge of the box, but there was a lot of bodies.
Almiron, it was number 24. It was Almiron.
I think Newcastle will be more embarrassed with the fact they didn't win if we draw this. And
see, and that's the thing, though. We are, no matter our position in the table, we are still Leicester City. We still have that wage bill that if we get relegated will be a record relegation wage bill. Like, we still have good players. Newcastle know that they're not just going to come here and wreck us 5-0. They're going to have to actually play good to do that.
Newcastle trying to come up on the left flank, but we forced them to turn around. A lot of blue shirts around. Like, Newcastle aren't committing a lot of men forward right now. They don't want to get hit on the counter.
But we are pressed back. We're smashed back into our third. All players behind the ball.
Tielemans in possession now. Way back in the corner. He lobs it forward. Doesn't find his man. Newcastle go again. I can agree that like this, we don't look good right now, but I would rather be a coward in the Premier League than a hero in the Championship. Just if for nothing else, purely for the finances of it. We need the money.
Yeah, but we need to
go to great block.
Barnes and Daka warming up on the sidelines. That's probably going to be Vardy off.
This is what we need to do
Tielemans.
Now let's go play football.
Short corner taken this time. Poor pass to Trippier. Tielemans intercepts, gets tackled. Madison collects. Quick back and forth. Coming forward, Madison loses the ball, out for a throw-in.
Nice. You're like two. Wait, how's that not our? Oh, I guess I missed it up.
Am I ahead of you again?
No, yeah, you're like a second and a half ahead.
Okay, I'm going to try a quick pause, restart.
Wait till the ball goes out.
My stream crashed.
No, okay. That's why I asked you in the very beginning, can you pause? You were like, I can do it. No, you can't. It crashed. Oh.
Well, look, if we drop into the Championship, I get to switch streaming providers back to DAZN, and I guess that's a plus.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, trying to get back in.
We got a little possession here. We're trying to play out from the back. It's played to Iverson, hoofs it down, but Byrne is there playing on Vardy. Vardy's pretty much surrounded by three Newcastle players. Byrne heads it on back to the left back, and he gets it to Nick Pope. And
one
Newcastle
pass,
reset. 2
passes, and it's hoofed up. So we got 2 passes in a row there.
Yeah, I mean,
do we get to play a goal horn if we make 3 passes? As Newcastle break into the area, Isak, well blocked by Iverson. Tries to play a low.
Why doesn't Iverson go and collect that? You got to put your body on the line. You got to go and grab that ball before it goes out.
That's not really how Iverson plays, though. He doesn't really challenge with his arms. He goes in with his legs.
See, he's not
being made. While that happens, Michael, I'm going to see if I can get synced back up with you.
We're still close because I'm at 59, 01, 2, 3, 4. Like, we're close.
Okay, I think I just got us synced up. 9, 10, 11.
Close enough.
Cool. Not pausing again.
No,
Johnny
it's close enough.
Evans coming off.
Like I said, we've played the 5 for 60 minutes. We've kept it 0-0. Now we're gonna go and try to play football.
So Tielemans, Barnes, Vardy.
No, Tielemans, Daka.
Well, I'm just trying to tally all the people that are still on the pitch. Yeah, so Tielemans, Madison, Daka, all on the pitch at the same time. So are we doing
with Ndidi and Samari? With Ndidi and Samari. So we're going
4-2-3-1. Barnes does well, makes a pass, finds Daka. This is our first major
Madison needs to be running harder into space there.
Daka passes to Sumari, over to Thomas, back to Sumari. We're clearly going at it now, though. We got players forward. Barnes crosses off the man, and we have a corner kick.
Woo-hoo!
Come on, the corner. We're celebrating the corner, guys. How sad and pathetic is that?
I don't think I've ever heard words cut as hard as that. Sad and pathetic right there.
You did a goal celebration music for a corner.
This is our first corner of the match. Newcastle have had 10.
This was just like, how many bad decisions can we make up until we start playing football?
That was an aggressive corner, though. Low in swinging. Doesn't beat the first man, though. Barnes might have wanted it right in front of him. Barnes having words with Tielemans.
Yeah, they're still talking about that corner.
Samari goes all the way back to Suter. Ooh, Suter a little cheeky there. Turns his man. Lob looking for Barnes, but will only get that ball headed back to Nick Pope.
So Dean Smith's plan A was to come with the plan B at 60 minutes, something Brendan really never came with.
No,
but so
60
far,
minutes is like for like substitutions time.
Yeah, no. So like, Sears, he seriously came
lost the through ball and
see Iverson caught in between.
Iverson's positioning there was shambolic.
No, he's not
can't get to the ball in time.
No, he's indecisive. So he makes a decision to go after it right there, and then he's like, no.
And that's why the positioning was so bad, because he made the half decision and just puts himself firmly in no man's land, feet down.
Jeez. Lucky break. Thomas was covering. I don't know if I'm confident in that, but he's playing hard. Yeah, this is a good question about Harry Suter, because since Dean Smith's come in, Harry Suter is not featured. He was our big signing, I thought, in the window. When he came in, it felt like we were short up at the back, even though we were leaking goals. It felt like every ball that came into the box, he's the one who actually got a head on it.
It feels like much like Brendan Smith has his favorites. You know, like there's a reason Sumari is still starting week in, week out.
Yeah.
Newcastle passing the ball around the back, waiting for an opening.
I think I might have left Vardy on.
It looks like we're playing a 4-4-2 out of possession.
I don't know if I would have brought Daka on.
There's a lot of angry Zambians coming for you now.
Yeah, man.
We just brought on Lionel Messi. Come on.
Yeah, I'm on their side, but it's just Vardy's our guy right now.
I understand, because Zambia isn't like a producer of massive footballers, and a Zambian player coming to the Premier League is a big deal.
Well, no, and I was about to say, like, I want a big shot taken from distance, well over the net by Newcastle. I want to give some credit to Zambian supporters, because like they follow their players. We have a Zambian on Toronto FC, and they're all up in the comments on Toronto FC's posts as well. Whenever we play them, they're in there.
But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to blow smoke up anyone's bums by saying he's been outstanding when he hasn't.
No, it's like we said at halftime, where it's like it's a little from column A, little from column B. We've probably been unduly harsh on him, but he's also not been good enough.
No. Oh, they're going to say maximum. Oh my God, Luke Thomas, pray.
Okay, to be perfectly.
Well, he's coming out for Callum Wilson though.
I don't fear St. Maximin more than I fear Callum Wilson.
Yeah, he's coming out for Callum Wilson, so he's probably going to try to play through the middle more and not so much on the outside, which means he's going to be running at Suter and Evans.
Ever since we've changed those substitutions, we've gained 2% possession, 117 now.
There we go. Through ball, finds Patson Daka. He crosses out of play.
Oof. He should, I don't know, maybe try to control that.
He had two people on him right at the touchline. He wouldn't have kept that ball if he tried.
Fix your collar, man. Oh, Alan Shearer. I've met him. I've taken pictures with him. A couple times, actually. Couple times.
Well, I've dropped down to like 50 pixels and my stream's crashed.
Oh, no.
I paid so much money for this.
Nick comment. All we're talking about Daka, he just put Daka was crap.
Oh dear.
I like Daka. I think Daka could really boss it in the Championship, but maybe in a different formation, maybe with different players around him, he'll boss it in the Premier League, but not Haaland level, obviously, but any average striker in the Premier League.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen moments of class from Patson Daka that showed the kind of player that he can be, as Wout Faes slips and gives that ball away. It's not in a dangerous position, thankfully, but it breaks down the Leicester attack.
Nick put, don't say that the Zambian Mafia will be after you.
Newcastle coming forward on the right flank. It's St. Maximin now up against Castagna, up against Madison. Plays it inside Guimaraes. Longstaff. And we force them back. Just showing the possession stats, they are exactly the same, half over half. Ball goes out. Madison wants a goal kick. Looks like it's a corner. "70 minutes in. Let's hold on." So one other important thing is, I believe, if we hold out for a draw here, had we lost, we would have needed to have beaten Bournemouth and we would have needed to have beaten West Ham and needed Bournemouth to beat Everton. If we hold out for a draw here, we just have to better Everton's result. We still have to beat West Ham, but if Everton draws with Bournemouth, we lose. They've hit the post again. Newcastle have hit the post a third time.
Why am I frozen?
That funny face. Do it again. I want to screenshot it.
What the hell? Why am I
realize this
the
face?
Expression on your face does perfectly sum up why am I frozen, though.
Yeah.
This is the moment when Leicester get relegated. I'm putting it in the chat.
No, stop. But yes, Dave, they're just showing the replay on it now. I believe it does hit the post. The corner comes in. It's nodded on by Wout Faes and then headed into the near post by Bruno. Newcastle come forward again. St. Maximin plays it into the center. Two Newcastle players collide with each other. Tielemans comes away with the ball. Poor pass from Barnes, though, and Newcastle come forward again. Cross into the center is blocked, and it's another corner. Almiron can't get past Faes.
Look in the group chat.
The group chat.
The Facebook one.
Newcastle St. Maximin coming over. Goodness gracious, Jono. Shot taken from distance well over the bar from Anderson, and that's a goal kick. It feels like it's there, where it's just like fate will not have Newcastle hit the post 3 times for us to not win this game.
I can see Newcastle get a smash and grab as well, you know.
But how many matches have we been on the opposite side of this, where it's like, you know, we narrowly miss, we hit the crossbar, Madison gets his penalty saved, and then the result doesn't go our way. Oh, imagine the hands if we get a last-minute goal here. Iverson's been poor, and I rate him. I really liked him since he came in to replace Ward, but he's been very, very poor.
Man of the match, Leicester goalposts.
But come to think of it, it's now been both goalposts of it. It's both posts on one net and one post on the third net. We were only one post away from collecting the full set. Newcastle on the ball.
Jesus, those stats. Oh my God, 20 shots, we've had none.
I don't mind that though.
We've
this
had
is
one
like
shot.
XP. Those stats don't matter if we get points at the end of the game. Nick seems to be forgetting about the iron wall, the new Neuer that is Alex Smithies. Leicester City player of the season, if I'm to believe Twitter. Wout Faes hoofs the ball away. Almiron gets back onto the ball. Newcastle will go all the way back to their defense. Michael, for what it's worth, your little thumbnail isn't frozen anymore on my screen. Sometimes we just got to ride our luck, though. Newcastle comes forward again. I mean, cross comes in, headed away by Faes.
If we do win this, it's the biggest luck of all time.
But we take that for all the luck that we haven't had go our
take it
way
any
this
day.
season. I'd say
Give
we're
me it.
still.
I'd rather, if I knew we'll win this 1-0, no matter what happens, I'll take this any day of the week. But we don't. We've had no shots. How can we score? We've had no shots for 75 minutes.
We smash, we grab. That's how we do it.
But we need to have a shot.
No. We just have to draw this match, which means we got to play tough defensively.
St. Maximin lays the ball off. Passed across the face of the penalty area to Trippier. Try to play through, fast clears. Get the Fox. So I think someone called out earlier, like I should put on my lucky shirt. I had my lucky shirt on for Liverpool, so I don't believe in it at the moment.
Yeah. All of our lucky everything has run out this year.
Yeah, my lucky pink shirts failed me, so...
My lucky shirt's it's the home one with the Thailand smiles with you. Newcastle got a shot saved by the legs of Iverson.
Come on, do your thing. Do your thing.
Jeez, I don't know how you get so far ahead of me so fast. Oh, good football played there. And then Thomas doesn't quite get to it.
But we do enough. Luke Thomas. He makes a block and then slips. Cross comes in, headed away. Volleyed shot well over the bar. And it looks like Almiron catches Ndidi on the back of the head.
No,
all right, pause at 76 if you can.
76? I'm already past 76.
Oh.
I'll pause at 76.15.
All the smashing has been against our goalpost.
Michael, you at 76.15?
Okay, I'm at 76, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Stream crashed.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's too long.
Oh, my God. And it loads me back at 76.06.
All right, I can pause. You stay.
No. I'm going to get live again, and if I crash again, it's fine. 76, 29, 30, 31.
Okay, and I'm going to pause at 35.
Okay, I'm at 35.
Yeah, let's go.
There we go.
Well, like we haven't improved since bringing on subs. That's the worst thing. We've meant to bring on subs to, if we played this tactic of playing at the back for 60 minutes and going full pelt, I would agree. But we've done nothing since the subs have come on. Still,
I'm inclined to say we have improved because we've actually come forward. We've put players in the opposition box. We've played the ball forward without compromising on how defensive we've been this match.
It's a different mindset. The players that are on the pitch now have a different mindset when they get on the ball. And so, yeah, maybe you haven't seen a difference, but we will see a difference.
Oh, no. Who's coming on? Oh, no.
Jacob Murphy's on.
I believe he came on for Longstaff. My stream kind of hiccuped during that.
Yeah, I would have left Vardy on for as long as I could before I brought on Daka, I think.
Free kick Leicester City off of a foul on Ndidi. How many subs do we have left? We have 2 subs left.
Ooh, who's come on?
Yeah, because we've made 3 so far. Daka, Madison, and Barnes have come off. Or come on. Do we throw Dennis Pratt in the mix?
Iheanacho and Evans have come off.
We might have to throw Dennis Pratt in the mix.
No, we need to bring on Papi Mendy.
But that's defensive.
Doesn't matter. He's good.
Scott, I do agree with you there. Like, where Luke Thomas hasn't necessarily brought the skill, he has put in 110% all match.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. We need those academy players that that can play at this level, that are going to give everything they have for the shirt.
Newcastle coming forward. Madison tries to put a poke in. St. Maximin remains on the ball. Big tackle. Newcastle remains in possession. St. Maximin gets past Madison. Plays a pass in. Intercepted by Suter. Ball's poked free. Iverson will collect.
Oof.
And I feel like that just as perfectly emphasizes like the way that we're playing today. He time wastes. Like, we're not looking to go in on Newcastle this match. We never were.
So you think this was purely to get a draw?
I think we'll take a smash and grab if we can get one. We've come forward once or twice, but we are not going to take any kind of substantial risk to do it. And to me, that makes sense.
The way he set up the team at the beginning is definitely to get a draw. There's no other way to say it. That's not a team that you put on to win the game. That's a team you put on to hold. You don't put your 2 top goal scorers on the bench when you're trying to win.
Patson Daka just made a defensive poke tackle on our goal line to win a goal kick. That tells you how we're set up. Let's stop being the only team in Europe's top 5 to not have a clean sheet since the World Cup.
Not a single
West Ham.
That stat is wild. That is a wild stat.
100% it's wild.
We're the only club in the Europe's top 5 leagues, England, Germany, Italy, Spain, and France, that does not have a clean sheet registered.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Craig, I disagree with you on that, because a win is obviously better, but a loss for all intents and purposes relegates us. A draw, and we just need to beat West Ham and have Everton not beat Bournemouth. They can draw with Bournemouth and we would be fine. If we lost, then we're relying on Bournemouth to beat Everton, no questions asked. Anything else and we're down.
No, because even we have to win against West Ham regardless, because we're still 2 points behind Everton.
I mean, we would still need to beat West Ham even if we beat Newcastle. Our objective against West Ham doesn't change regardless of the result in this match, but at least a draw takes a little bit of pressure off of it being out of our hands. I want to win this game. I do not want to lose it trying to win.
It's going to take magic for us to win this game, though. I don't see where the goal is going to come from. We've not possessed the ball. We haven't got anything going forward, really. By design, it appears, but at the same time,
I mean, look at the stats. They've had 23 shots. We've had none.
The no clean sheets since the World Cup, bro. Like, come on, y'all. We gotta stop this. That's crazy. The only club that stat is the wildest out of all of them to me. Seriously.
I'd be curious to even see that if you threw in like second divisions in all 5 of those countries, if it would still be just us.
Right. Yeah.
I think it would be close, though. We'll be like one of the few.
Yeah, it might be like us and Wigan, who are managed by our former defensive coach, Kolo Toure. I don't know why Castagna just put that in the first corner. He could have headed that back to Everson. But yeah, like I can see why those of you in the chat are saying that like we have to go for a win, but I will be pleased with a draw in this match. Against third in the league with the run of form that we've had, let's get a draw, let's beat West Ham, let's stay up that way.
I called this. 6 weeks ago. We're going to be crappy, and it's going to still come down to the last match, and it's going to be so exciting, and we're going to be buzzing. And
even if we lose this match, we're still technically in the last day, because if we win and Everton and Leeds lose, we're safe.
Yeah,
so
but
what happens today? We're still in the final game.
Exact permutations to happen is so difficult.
No, Craig, not if it relegated us.
Permutations.
Craig, not if it. No.
Imagine the situation though. If Leeds won yesterday and we're losing this, we'll be relegation right now. We'll be relegated.
Yes.
So we could have been relegated by now already. We could be 4-0 down, and Leeds could have lost yesterday. We would have won yesterday. So
the Foxes haven't quit.
The thing is, though, Newcastle will be buzzing with this. They're guaranteed top 4. They're guaranteed it.
Let them be buzzing. I don't care about Newcastle.
I do. They're playing us. Should we just call it a night? Like, end it now. Just call it. Like, go home with each points. Just end it.
Well, wait, look, we're coming forward right now. Tielemans plays it out wide. And now we're going back.
Oof. Madison dribbled in a circle.
Sumare. He has Barnes on the wing. Sumare turns back. Sumare had no reason to turn back there. So, like, that's something that's been told to us tactically.
Well, Newcastle, I think they switched it up a little bit too.
And again, like, Craig, I completely get what you're saying, but this is also still ifs and buts, where it's like, yeah, at the same time, we could beat Newcastle, but then if Everton win at Bournemouth, we could still be down. There's so many permutations at this point where it's just, at least this way we aren't making it as hard as possible for ourselves on the final day. I still want us to win, but against this Newcastle team, with this much confidence, if we have a go at it, they're getting a goal. No questions asked. Although Harvey Barnes has the ball in the Newcastle penalty area, passes it back to Thomas. He goes back to Sumare. Madison, outside the area. Back to Sumare, through the legs of the referee. And we go back to the center backs.
Now we have a little bit of possession of the ball now.
We're putting a lot of players forward.
All the Newcastle players behind the ball.
Tielemans, Fass, Sumare.
We got to move the ball faster. It needs to be 1 touch, 2 touch.
Move the ball Voot faster?
Voot faster.
Ooh, good combination of passing. Well intercepted ahead of Barnes by the Newcastle defense. Oh, but a quick mistake. Patson Daka plays a crossover. It's a poor cross. Daka should have taken that himself. Madison on the ball now. Crossed into the penalty area. Doesn't find anybody.
Yeah, I don't know how I keep getting like 3 seconds behind you, but it's fine. It's like, oh. But since the changes and Dean Smith is yelling, he's telling his players that when we get the ball to start running towards the goal, this is the only way. Ndidi's down. But since, the last 2 or 3 minutes, we are going for it. But this is how we're going to have to go for it. We're going to have to pin them in. Otherwise, we're going to get caught on the break. We still need Suter, and
I'm definitely getting my education on Leicester City managers before I started watching the club. Who is Casino Jimmy?
Yeah, who is Casino Jimmy? No idea. He's probably betting on somebody. Probably
bringing on Anthony Gordon.
Probably got Anthony Gordon.
Oh, Everton's biggest fan, Pappy Mendy.
Well, it's about time. Who's he coming on for?
I don't know, but it might be the shell-shocked Wilf Ndidi that we're seeing for some reason on the pitch.
And it might be too little, too late for Magic Mendy.
Magic Mendy to perform his magic tricks.
Magic Mendy brace. 2-0 win.
Wilf has a look on his face like he's been on the pitch too long. He said, I was only supposed to play 60 minutes. Y'all got me out here all night long. Wilf does not look happy about being on his butt right now.
Get Peggy in goal.
We have people calling for Adiak and Bailly to come back. Like, I may not have watched him play. I know who Adiak and Bailly is, at least.
Yeah, well, I bet you he'll at least get a shot on goal. It might go well over target, but...
I believe in you, Lucky Fox. I believe in you.
You know what? My camera just hiccuping there is giving me the sign. I'm getting the lucky shirt for the last 2 minutes.
I don't know if I have a lucky shirt. I think this might be it. This might be my lucky shirt.
It's your lucky shirt. You've just decided.
Yeah. Well, I think it's one of the first ones I bought. It might be the first one I bought. I don't know. And for sure, it's the one I wore to the first match that I ever went to in Leicester. So it might be my lucky one. But I can't remember us doing anything spectacular while I was wearing it. The shirt I was wearing at the FA Cup one is this white one over here. It has lots of beer stains, so I can never wear it again. So, yeah.
Theo Zagorakis, Trevor Benjamin. What about Joey Gudjonsson? We had a Swedish left back way back in the day with 3 names. I don't remember his name off the top of my head.
Oh, and there's a foul on Harvey.
Imagine if Leeds stay up and Everton and Leicester go down. That'd be mad. And Leeds have to beat Spurs.
Oh, Leeds are currently like mathematically the most likely team to go down of the 3. I think it's like 80%
that's if we keep this draw,
Leeds to go down, 80% chance for us. 5 added minutes.
5 added minutes, and we have a free kick. So we have the chance to possess the ball here, Iverson.
Pontus Kamark, thank you.
Here we go. Oh, why is he playing it back? Play it forward. Castagne.
If Sam Allardyce's Leeds manage to beat Spurs next week, you know what? If Sam Allardyce's Leeds manage to beat Spurs, it won't matter when we beat West Ham.
Newcastle clinches. That's a foul, yo.
Yeah, he catches the ankle with the toe, and we get the free kick for it.
Stop kicking my guy's ankles, man. Madison, he got the yikes! He just steps on it.
And those of you watching at home, you see what I'm talking about there with like long staff, right? That's 2 words. That name is written as 2 words. Someone in the kit room screwed up.
That is weird, huh? Yeah, that is 2 words. I think maybe because it's written over the white stripe of the shirt, so it looks kind of weird.
Shirts properly.
The shirt's just kind of weird looking with that white stripe.
I ordered a Swansea City shirt not too long ago on clearance. I'll talk about it afterwards though, because we play the corner short. Madison on the ball now. He passes to Sumari. Tielemans back to Madison. In a good crossing position. He plays the cross in. Shot from Oh,
you're still.
Castagne forces a point blank save from Nick Pope, and I thought for sure we had just stolen that.
Oh, you're still like a good 10 seconds ahead of me. Oh!
Timmy Ballon d'Or Castagna nearly wins the game for us.
But what was the second touch right here? Suter.
Harry Suter.
Oh, it's cleared away by the Newcastle player before Suter can get on it.
It's a long throw from Patson Daka, nodded on by Newcastle to the feet of Sumare.
Timmy Castagne.
I bought this this Swansea shirt as we had to cross goal. Nobody there to take it. And I got the longest name that I could get, which was Latibaudiere. And they kerned that name so badly. It looks awful on the back of that shirt.
Oh, good ball. Headed it by
Daka, collected by Nick Pope ahead of him, though.
Oh, I was looking at the headed cross by Daka. You're still like a good 10 seconds ahead of me.
I can try pausing, but you know my screen.
No. Don't pause it. Don't pause it. You freaking carry the action. Describe the action. Oh, man.
Oh, Timmy Castagne cannot believe he didn't score there. I can't believe he didn't score there.
Yeah, they're showing the replay again here. What a connection by him.
That is our first shot on target of the match in the 91st
Yeah, he really
minute.
he doesn't like lash at it. He just makes sure he gets a foot on it. Oh, Nick Pope. It's just I don't know what he could have done different. But yeah.
I mean, Timmy Castagne hitting that first
MTS,
time, leaning back, facing the ball. He's not aiming that at all. He's just hitting and hoping.
Just getting a foot on it and get it on target.
Hasn't counted the shot on target yet.
But didn't I call a Timmy Castagne goal? That was it right there, man. Damn it.
You did. I'd almost be willing to Baldy locks that now. That like at this point with that shot, like if we win, I'm ordering a Castagne shirt. There's my financial Baldy locks.
Now Newcastle are scared because they know that we could score, so they get Champions League football if they get a point. They're going to keep it. They don't want to do anything.
They draw if they
let them not attack us. I'll still take a draw.
They clinch if they draw, but we're turning on the screws because we need 6 points out of these next 2 games to guarantee our safety. 6 points guarantees our safety from the next 2 games. No one else can get 36 points. Only we can.
That's true.
Okay, I'm sorry. A draw is not a fair result. They've been dominating us all game.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't think anybody's well, actually, no, they've hit the post 3 times. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
A draw is okay.
We got the best chance of the game, but no, we didn't. We got the 4th best chance of the game.
A draw is okay only if we win and Everton lose.
Everton still has to lose for us to stay up, right?
If we
draw,
no, Everton can tie Bournemouth, and we stay up if we beat West Ham if we draw this match.
Or draw. They can either win or draw because we can go ahead of goal difference unless they win 9-0.
No, because if we draw this and West Ham, we don't top Everton. Everton will be 2 points ahead of us if we draw this.
It's full time. It's 0-0.
Full time. What's the maximum points Everton can have? 37, right?
Yes.
That means we need them to lose if we had won both of those games, no matter what.
No. We still stay up if they draw if we beat West Ham.
Now, yes. Yeah. 34 points is what our max is now. Everton is on 34 right now, aren't they? Or are they in 33?
I'm checking the standings
right now.
Well,
congrats to Newcastle for getting Champions League football.
We are on 31. Everton are on 33. So if they draw and we win, we both finish on 34 and we stay up on goal difference.
There we go. Okay. Perfect.
We still have to beat West Ham. If we do not beat West Ham, we do not stay up.
I think Locks is doing it after show, and I think he wants to do it like fairly quickly. But I'm going to get off. You guys talk about it. I'm going to join the Locks show in a bit because I got to take a piss and get another beer.
Honestly, on the same front, I've got a family dinner that I need to go to very soon as well. So Nick, I'm going to hand the floor to you on solo layout to share your quick thoughts.
Quick thoughts. Yeah, we can't complain that that's a draw and full time. At the end of the day on Sunday, all we can do now is go out and win. If we stay up on goal difference, we stay up on goal difference. What's everybody else saying? Can't see.
Oh, we just lost Nick. Derek, I have a Bournemouth shirt, and I will wear it if we stay up. So yeah, unfortunately we lost Nick there. So I am going to say, let's hand off to Lox's post-match show. I'll share my quick thoughts because I'm not going to be there for it, unfortunately. This is going to be my last watch along of the season, but I have faith and I hope you all still do as well. We can stay up, and you know what? We should and we will stay up. Let's go beat West Ham. Let's back this team. We've seen what we're capable of now. We almost stole it against Newcastle. We've kept a clean sheet. Let's go take it. Come on, you Foxes. And I missed you.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everard's, Pucka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Writers, Hologram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newbie & Co. Estate Agents. Make sure to follow us on all of our social channels at Leicester Fan TV. Visit our website, leicesterfantv.com.